Welcome. Let's see. Willkommen. Bienvenidos. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time to
Salam
Open
alaikum.
Comms Radio. I'm your host this evening, Duke Leto II, joined with my co-host, Cosmic Hobo.
That's me.
Cosmic, say hi.
Hi.
All right. So our esteemed colleague, Jar Jar Jabroni, is still on vacation at the moment. So we're going to do our best to keep you all entertained and keep this show on track as best as it ever does while he's gone.
Hold on. Vacation. Jar Jar is the sitting senator for the planet of Naboo. The Senate, the Imperial Senate, is recessed right now as the ISB is shut down over, I don't know, some protests or something against, I don't know, a genocide. I don't know. But they're shut down. They're negligent in their duty, and he's off a home at Naboo or something with his fish people. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was unaware. I thought he was on vacation eating doner kebab, but I stand corrected. Thank you for
Hmm
that.
hmm Yeah,
And actually,
the Imperial
this
Senate should
reminds
be
me
open. They should be open.
of a comment that I just recently saw on one of our other videos. The comment was by Spicy SC07, who said, I've listened to a handful of these shows now, and I have a question. Is this actually a call in show, or is it some kind of campy skit show? It feels like the same people every week doing characters and shit.
First off, yeah, it is a call-in show. You can join our Discord at any time. It's down below. You can't see, but I'm pointing. Like, you scroll down, like on your phone or your computer. You just go down there, and like all the links are there, and you can join. Anyone. We once had a bunch of kids join and brigade us.
Yep,
So
good
anyone.
time. Anyone can join. You're welcome to join the Discord, engage in the conversation. We'll call you up onto the couch. If you're already on the couch, you got to scoot over and make some room for the newbies. Um, but yeah, every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, this is the number one Star Citizen call-in show uh, that takes place on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. and is hosted by Jar Jar Jabroni and myself and Kobo. I haven't actually checked the numbers on that, but I believe
I
that
think that's
statement to
safe to
be
say.
literally true.
I think
Yeah,
it's true. I
literally
think
true.
that's 100% true.
So usually what we do here is we have a question or a topic of the evening, just to get the juices flowing, get people thinking, get people talking. And we had a question this evening. Hobo, do you remember what our question was?
Does Star Citizen have enough animals?
Does Star Citizen have enough animals? Um, well, what do you think, Hobo? What's your first thought on that?
No, not
No.
yet. There's plenty they've shown off, like the space whales. Everyone wants space. We get freaking plushes of the space whales, but come on, give us
Hmm.
the actual space whales. Like they introduced
Okay.
paws, protect animals. Shit, what's the? It's the animal. It's the animal protection
There's like
group.
an animal protection thing
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
game. I didn't even know that.
yeah. Paws. PAWS. Protect all wildlife. That's
Preserve all
one of our
wildlife.
preserve all wildlife. Yeah,
Preserve all wildlife. I had to look that up. Interesting. Okay.
yeah. And
All
the
right. So
space whales are perfect for them because you got to protect the space whales. Come on,
Mhm. So you'd like CIG to stop teasing your whale
stop teasing my
and
whale. Get my whale in,
stop teasing the whale. Get the whale in there.
and all
Okay.
the other animals.
And the other
There's
ones. Well, we're gonna talk about some animals. We're gonna talk about some animal gameplay, just some general animal nonsense, more than likely. But to get us started with some nonsense, why don't we bring up our first caller here? And I think we said our first caller was the blue guy, unfortunately, right?
yeah, the alien.
Okay, you know him, you love him, Lord Anubis. Come on up here.
Well, apparently people don't love me because apparently I call in too much, and I should really stop.
No, that's not
Um,
why. It's because you're an alien.
well,
It's
you're
straight
an
up
alien.
xenophobia.
Ouch. I guess alien is all about perspective.
Oh,
Yes.
we've all learned something tonight.
We have. We've had our learning lesson. Oh, we forgot to got to pitch
The
the
question,
giveaway.
right? Oh, no, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Okay, okay. The
You
question.
want to get into
But
it first.
but to answer that previous question, yes, this is a call-in show, but we have like 4 people listening, so you wanna change it? Just fucking call in, like, seriously, like, we'd be happy to have you. I just do because like, these are
Hey,
my
we've
friends.
we've had lots of listeners a few times,
And
okay,
lots of
and
callers. We have
we're getting
actually
there.
had quite a
We're
lot of
getting there.
callers, admittedly.
Also, check us out on
And
YouTube. We got some great shorts on there, good for a giggle. And yeah, so if Anubis, if you're done insulting the show, we do have a question
oh,
for you this evening.
well, no, 'cause, you see the intro, um,
It's
anyways.
fantastic. It's
Oh, god.
beyond
Love it. Love
reproach.
it. Thank you for your
Jesus.
feedback.
Mhm.
No notes.
Anyways, are there yeah, there's no, good notes in it. I'll say that. Anyways,
All right. So tonight's
okay.
question: Are there enough animals in Star Citizen?
Uh, no.
What are
Okay.
we missing?
All right. Thanks for coming up,
Yeah,
Anubis.
thanks for
I'm
coming
not exactly
by.
sure where to go from there.
I feel like every single episode there's at least one caller who does the single word response, and then we're like, okay,
All right, cool.
cool.
Well, I mean,
Tell us
okay,
what you think.
so are there enough animals? No. Um, could there be more animals? Yes. Are they planning on more animals? Yes.
Mhm.
I'm not exactly sure where
But
to.
are
I
there enough
mean,
animals for you at the moment in the game?
um, so I mean, we don't have pets yet.
That's true. We need pets. I want my space cat.
Is
Yeah.
that something that's actually going to
Yep,
happen? I've
it was
heard
in the
people say
Kickstarter.
that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What do you envision doing with this pet or pets?
Like fucking magical adventures and shit. Like
Hell yeah.
we're gonna like run through the forest and encounter like a giant dog ferret dragon thing, and then like
Never
things
ending
are gonna go
story.
bad, and then there's like a tar pit, and then I lose my pet.
I think you've had a lot of
Hmm.
slam tonight, have you? Haven't? Excuse me, sir.
Uh,
Have you had any slam this evening?
No, I have not. I've only drank like 4 cruise lux, so
Oh, that doesn't
whoa,
count.
So that's one whole cruise like of slam, basically.
that's a lot of slam actually. Yeah.
There's a
So
lot of
to
slam.
answer that, yes, tons of slam.
Good.
Okay,
So
so you're going to drag your pet through through the woods. If I got this straight, you're going to drag it through the woods, have it uh, in contact with some sort of dragon, and then you're going to drag it into the pit of despair where it's going to die.
drag it into the pit. No, I'm not gonna drag it anywhere. It can walk.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
It's doesn't have a choice because it's a MMO pet, but yeah, and then we're also gonna go on adventures where we like oh I'm gonna have pet hornet. It's gonna be pretty cool. Follow me around the space station. You know, it's like all the way
Like full
through checkmate.
sized?
Yeah, just full on hornet. F7A2. Just
I don't
like
know if
My
it's gonna
brain
fit
was
through the
going for the little
doors.
bug at first. I wasn't even thinking about the spaceship.
yeah.
I was, to be fair, I was thinking of the bug too, but the way he was describing it, I'm like, oh, he means the full-size tornado. And then I'm questioning,
Right.
how does it fit through the doors?
Well, it's actually see, a hornet is based off of an actual hornet that lives on the Banu homeworld, which happens to be equipped with
Mm.
missiles and
Okay,
lasers,
fair.
There's been enough accusations
and
of
seats
hacking
too.
directed in our direction lately. I don't think we need to make that worse by having hornets flying around your head
Can you
inside of
imagine
space stations.
Well,
Murph
I
trying to
mean,
have one of those follow him? He'll have it land in the weirdest spots.
right?
I I think we could see that sort of thing with hackers someday. I don't know. I feel like we should have a whole episode just on hacking and hackers, but at the same time, maybe that would bring too much attention to the
our hacking.
possibilities.
Oh, we don't want attention to the show or anything like
Nope.
that. That would be bad.
No, that would be bad. So Anubis, what about the animals in game currently? What's your interaction with them been like?
I once like shot a couple in the facility, and I guess I hunted a couple once. I mean, they're basically either obstacles or resources. There is no wildlife at
Mhm.
the moment, and that's supposedly going to change eventually, just like everything. But I mean, they probably will. It's not too hard to do that. They just have to create like migration patterns and I don't know, physicalize fur or something like that. Um, you know, it, I know it's all coming, so I'm not exactly, I'm not exactly worried about it right now. I mean, it really doesn't affect too much, and we got each other to shoot at and yell at and scream and global. So it's no big deal
Global
right
is
now.
its own form of PvP.
Yes, it is the ultimate, most refined PvP
Hmm.
for the distinguished gentleman
So you
and
said that they aren't wildlife; they're
gentlemen.
just obstacles or resources.
At the moment, yeah.
So what makes the change? When would they become wildlife, in your opinion?
When they actually like roam around and it's not something where they're just spawned in as just a group, just to be there for a mission. Um, there has to be animals that you don't gather resources from, that they're just out there and they just do stuff. Um,
Life
animals that
with no financial gain attached to it,
Damn.
yes,
right?
not everything is exploitable,
Wow, my mind is blown.
you know. Maybe some animals that you know, uh, just follow patterns that they have their own little world. Just like how we have NPCs, they have animals that just do their own shit. I mean, NPCs don't do shit,
I
and
was gonna
they got
say,
rid of ships that actually did stuff on their own. But that
yeah.
would be similar to what we'd be talking about is, ships that just kind of just appear and do stuff. And, you want animals to do
So
that. But
you want animals that will cower randomly, and you want spaceships that will migrate across the surface of a planet. Is that correct?
T-posing copions that go into quantum. Yes.
Chris probably sat down one day and was like, I want all these animals to have a full life cycle from birth to adulthood to an elderly state. And then they die and they go back into
Well,
the
we
earth. And then this
we
cycle starts anew again.
You've
we
heard the Lion King
physicalize their
theme.
bones.
Yeah, they physicalize the bones. They've got eggs that they hatch from. You can watch them come out of the eggs and like struggle with their legs like a newborn lamb.
I 100% support this. I think this sounds like an amazing game.
And they've
Isn't
got
that an exhibited
predators.
Jurassic Park thing?
Yeah, and a full ecosystem. Like, come on.
This is also my favorite Chris impersonation ever.
I like how the region changes as you go on through the sentence.
Well, he travels a lot.
He just picks up accents as he goes.
Yeah, as the plane is going over, time zones, he
Yeah,
changes the accent.
that's how that works, right?
That's how it
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
Well, thank you, Nubis. Let's open the couch up a little bit here. I want you to scooch down, and let's get our next caller up here and see what he has to say about tonight's question. Pluto Productions, how are you
Hello.
doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. You had a bunch of blue stuff in the bathroom. Don't know what that's all about.
I'm
Oh, that was
sorry
me.
about
Sorry.
that. I'm sorry.
Just
Someone
clean up after
someone never
yourself.
taught him to flush.
Well,
Pluto, our question this evening: are there enough animals in Star Citizen, or does Star Citizen
Obviously
have
not.
animals? Okay.
Cool, great. Another one for the books, folks.
Why is that obvious?
Definitely need new animals. Well,
What?
y'all have already gone over this. We need friends. We need
Yeah.
ambiance, and also some enemies.
So you want more Copians? Got it.
Not
See,
particularly.
the idea of friends scares me
Do you have
because
commitment issues?
no, quite the opposite. Like I love my fluffy little friends, and
Mm.
I know how human beings who play video games are. So I'm like, what, is my fluffy buddy immortal, or is some griefernet dude gonna roll up and put a hole in my fluffy buddy's head?
And you know the answer to that already.
I
Yeah,
mean, you
just
can
hit him with
kidnap
the med pen. He'll be
NPCs,
all
so
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would be
okay.
cool to ride into battle with 50 tamed Copians, though. You cannot deny that.
You know, yeah, that would be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Open
But
up
now we're
a
getting to
C2. Just
like
let.
Ark Survival Evolved,
Mm.
running around with an army of tamed dodos, which is definitely something that I've done in that game.
How'd that go out?
It goes pretty well, actually.
Hmm, hmm.
It's just a lot of little birds pecking away.
100 wild Wickelos.
Yeah,
Mini sheep.
that someone will definitely drop a bomb on you if you're running
Yeah.
around with that.
Oh, so
Uh,
you taming a
are
sentient
you
creature?
are you familiar, Pluto, with the Zyphopod?
Can't believe I am. I am familiar with the Microtech Yeti.
Here, I pulled him up
Yeti.
on the stream. We don't have
There's
pictures of
also
them.
flat. I also
There's a
have
picture.
been made aware of flat cats.
Oh yeah, I fucking want a flat cat so bad.
Flat cats look
That's
very nice.
that's high on my
Wait,
list.
flat cats.
They're cats,
Yeah,
but flat.
The cats, but they're flat.
Yes.
I
I'm
went and checked.
curious.
Apparently, they're not flat. They're just buff. Like very
So
strong cats with weird back issues.
interesting. Okay.
That is not a flat cat. That is a man.
With a
Hmm.
flat cat, dude. Dang it.
So interesting
Try
thing
to get
about
the
flat
auto side
cats is they're from Bradbury. From the Chronicles of Mars series. Basically, they are little pets that were like basically hairy, you know, like just pillows, and they purred when you pet them. Nothing to do with tribbles at all.
Okay.
I
I thought you
believe
were hitting more towards like,
the story with flat cats goes they brought some cats to this terraformed world that had extra gravity to them. The cats being unable to walk simply just became flatter as they evolved into existence on this new world. And now we have flat
Hmm.
cats.
natural selection. Okay.
Bone crushing gravity.
I feel like we're heading towards chair dogs.
Scare
If anyone's
dog.
familiar. Chair dog. Yeah, anyone familiar with chair dogs?
Is
Can't
that
say
like
I
sup
am.
dog?
It's a thing out of the Dune universe where they are, genetically modified bred dogs that are shaped like chairs, and you sit in it, and it likes it.
Wait, so it's a dog and it's also bred, and then it's a chair too?
No, no,
You eat
bred
it?
as in like when you don't use protection on your bis.
What's protection?
Okay.
This sounds
I
more
have
like a mimic. It's just a chair that eats you on command.
How much
that could be
cocaine
cool.
was Frank Herbert doing in the 80s or 60s? Sorry.
I, I imagine quite a lot. The spice must flow.
Yeah,
Most of it.
he loved cocaine and the light of Allah. That's like his two
Yeah.
things when
And
when
beef
he,
swelling. Don't forget about beef swelling.
yeah.
And then like didn't get along with who was it? Uh oh my god, who was the other main author around that time that was really big.
Heinlein?
Orson Scott Card.
No, I'll think of it later. Sorry about that. Now it's gonna bug me. But I know he had a big beef with someone else.
Let's see.
Beef swine.
Frank Herbert.
Beefing.
Beefing.
Beef
Lots of
with
beef.
author. Frank Herbert.
I'm gonna
Oh,
look
apparently he
this up.
wasn't, I guess, a huge fan of George Lucas.
Well, I want to go back to the Zyphopod, if I may, because Hobo and I were talking about this earlier. Because I asked him, "Do you remember the flying crabs?"
This
he did
is
not.
I'm going to have to say that is not a flying crab. That's just the brain enemy from Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes, also true. But back in 2013, there were videos of these things, and we were told that they were going to be all over the surface of Hurston.
You know, we have videos of the pyro crabs.
There are?
Yeah, it was when Jax got stuck in pyro. He had to fix a mole, and the mole had crabs. So they've got rigging and art and everything done to them. They're just not in game.
Maybe
Here's
they just haven't
the
figured out a way to exploit them yet.
Zyphopod.
There it is, floating crab. Like I said, there were whole videos on it. They were floating around, and just one of those things that Chris talked about, said it's coming soon, and then it disappeared into the ether.
Is its scientific name Zyphopod Beeblebrox?
Ooh. No, I don't think so. That's probably
According to this link I was sent, its common name is the blind oni.
Up until now, the
You
characters.
subscribe to its
Oni.
only crabs.
Okay, let's
That's
move
good.
down the
I like
couch
that.
and let's bring up our next caller, a frequent guest on the show. You know him. Many of you love him, but maybe not all of you.
I enjoy his hamburgers.
Wicket, come on up here.
Did we leave the door locked?
Come on up. Okay.
Citizens. Long time
Citizen.
listener. Occasional caller. And just want to point out, Mr. Tim for PC also agrees the current intro to the show for season 2 is garbage. Unsolicited.
It was unsolicited. As far as we know.
Just want to add that to the data pile of and consent to change the current theme back to the old theme. Thank you.
Yep, there's the brains.
So
Oh, you found the video. Yeah, there they are, the flying crabs all over Hurston.
Your question about is how do we have enough animals? Obviously, no. We have 4 animals: quasi-grazers, copian, maruk, however you pronounce it, and then the worm variations. Right? It's the only thing we have in the game right now.
Oh, true.
Well, rats aren't running around; they're just dead on a stick. I don't know if you
I've seen
call
a few
that
of them
an
running
animal.
around.
There's moving one.
There's sea nuts.
Pyro.
Ooh, also
Never
the
seen a
little
moving crab.
the cave beetles. We got those cave beetles, or
Oh yeah, the roly-poly cave critters.
Roly-poly bugs.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those things.
And the tortoise.
I've never seen that one.
They're domesticated though.
That's true.
They need more regular creatures.
I
That's...
mean, this opens up a lot of potential gameplay. Imagine they've already in the past have talked about farming. Well, what about animal husbandry, domesticating? Could you have a herd of quasi-grazers and make some kind of space juice that they produce that is highly valued? I don't know, milking the quasi-grazers or whatever.
They make
Who
eggs.
knows?
We're gonna take the eggs from their belly.
Right.
But I mean, why
maybe
don't they
that's
have
where
chickens?
Why don't they have what?
Chickens.
Space chickens. We need star chickens.
Oh, I see what you're saying, Anubis. You want to know why don't we have more Earth-based animals out in the verse as well?
Yeah.
I think the obvious reason for that is that it's easier to make a convincing alien species that we've never seen than it is to create, a very convincing one that people are familiar with. But in lore, I don't know. I don't think there's a good excuse.
Space chickens.
It's
We need
900
star
years
chickens.
in the future.
I think flora and fauna could open up a lot of lore and gameplay aspects to planetary environments. Imagine like locals, maybe they don't have the technology to move stuff around like the UEE people and the pyro people do, and they have to hook a wagon to one of these beasts of burden, and there could be raids on those guys, or who knows. Imagine when they put the space whales in, you have this giant hunting party, but you might have to kill or harvest 20 space whales before you get that one thing that's inside the perfect space whale, and that's highly valued that you can either sell on the market or it's component in crafting or something like that. It's just like a bunch of gameplay opportunities that hopefully they'll exploit, because in a lot of MMOs that are more fantasy based or terrestrial based, and even in some sci-fi genres, they'll have things where you have to interact with the flora and fauna of a planet and exploit that as a resource that might be used in crafting or just to survive, maybe. It'd be awesome if they put all that kind of stuff into the game eventually. But right now, I mean, it's so limited. The Copions, I'd love to see the Copions be way tougher to kill and more of a danger. I mean, yeah, if you're unsuspecting and if you're mobbed by them, you might get killed by a pack of Copians. But for the most part, you just mow them down with your gun. If they would be a little bit quicker or a little tougher, more of a danger, that
I feel
opens
like a
up
lot of
another.
their lack of danger is server related. I feel at the moment.
That's possible.
Every time I run into
You
Copium, they
didn't-
just kind of jump around me.
Obviously that's not what we have right now. I'm just basically extrapolating as we move forward and get, closer to more of a polished game and what could be, because there's no sense in unless you want to talk about what we don't have, which that'll be a 5-minute conversation.
Well, what we don't have, that'll be like a 5-year conversation.
But
So
have
you
missed
mentioned
the NPC spawning issue. You must not have played during that. There's nothing scarier than 23 Copian rounding the corner to come kill you.
Horrifying.
true.
You've not been at Walmart on Black Friday?
Hey.
then
No, I have literally never done that.
and another thing I was thinking about when I read for today's topic, which is going to be somewhat controversial, but this is something that happens in almost all these different space genres and space these different space operas and different lore based themes. Eventually your hero class, your humans or whatever the class that is the primary protagonist in any adventure in space, eventually encounters some sentient or semi-sentient lesser species, and usually they end up enslaving them somehow or putting them into a working class or subspecies that is like almost
Yikes.
like a beast of burden.
That's already going on.
Yeah, that's the
But
Tavaran.
yeah, I was good. The Tavaran.
No, it isn't. That's words
Well,
on the
not
page.
in
Granted,
game,
they
it's not.
surrendered, but
I mean, yes, that's all based on some sort of lore, but we haven't seen it. I'm just saying, if that's implemented, will we ever see it? Do we want to see something like that? Then you have this moral dilemma that you have to choose. What side of that argument are you going to fall on? Is this something you want to take part in, or is this something you want to actively prevent? These are all avenues that could be gamified and put into our universe to make these moral decisions. Where do you stand, as a player? Or are you role playing the slave, or are you role playing the savior? Which route do you want to take? These are just open conundrums that are then presented to the player base that you have to decide how you want to interact with it. I'm just saying, is that something that's good? Is that something that's intriguing or interesting? I think it is.
I don't think we're gonna
True.
get anything on to that level from
We
Space.
could.
Didn't
I
you
mean,
play a game where you sold drugs? Like
he
you
didn't
just
say
going around
which
the
Definitely.
side.
desert selling, just mining and selling drugs,
He didn't say which
like
side of
killing
that
other
he was
people
going
for
to fall
drugs.
on. He just said it would be interesting
Mm-hmm.
to have the conundrum. But I mean, the other night I was like, all right, let me look around at the animals, and I was hunting what was it, the Farouk, and that just kind of felt dirty. I mean, they just kind of sit there, or they're flying above you, and you just shoot them, and they fall to the ground, and that's that. And that was
Crashed
me
into a
being
few
like,
of those from time to time.
that's what I was like. I can't be a hunter. This is just not right,
That's too cruel.
right? And like
Says
if
the
we have,
person that dropped a bomb on a pack of copians.
Well, yeah,
I
but
mean, I've
copians are
seen
dangerous
someone.
True.
Yeah,
and
that's
an
true.
invasive species.
And I've seen
was
someone
your,
chase a fugitive at a Klesher with an A2. So.
Also an invasive species.
but to your point, Wicked, that brings me to like the storm wall, because we were talking. Some animals will be harvested. The storm wall, I think they've talked about being able to land on it and
Is
harvest
that the
like
space whale?
barnacles. Yeah,
Yep.
the space whale.
Oh, I just always called it space whale.
I think everyone has. I had to look up the name. But that could be one of those moral considerations, right? Where you could kill the space whale and get, it's whatever, or you
You
could
could,
just land on it and scrape off some space barnacles and get
I
maybe a
could
little
totally
less
see
money.
Gray selling a specialized ship to capture the whales and kill them.
Yeah, they're
Harpoon
definitely
ship.
not Gormaganders from Star Trek. They're space whales, generic
No,
space
no,
whales.
totally different thing.
Yeah,
How dare you?
isn't there like an almost identical looking one in the Clone Wars?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
The ones that can
but
like
this
jump
game,
through hyperspace.
yeah, but this game has all sorts of shit like that. I mean, there's Terminus for, I mean, come on.
I
There's
don't
the
mind that.
They
I
got
Valagar.
don't
black
mind them.
cats.
I don't mind Star Citizen borrowing or repurposing lore and different aspects of different
Homages.
franchises and IPs. I don't mind that at all. I mean, I think in a larger universe, you may definitely come across a lot of that stuff.
It,
And as far as some of these thematic themes that I was talking about earlier, that it may not happen, yeah, it may not, but it sure would make things interesting. Where Star Citizen and CIG have been trying to press this idea of being different in a lot of ways, and giving a lot of different choices to the players, and these would be some dramatic choices. It could thematically change the way we thought about things you do in game, and having this, currently everything has this moral ambiguity to it that you may or may not, it may or may not matter to you in your day-to-day real life, but in the game, should it matter, or how does it matter, or is that just a pipe dream of people caring about what they do and how they treat each other, or is it just, oh, number go up, good, I kill you, you don't kill me, good, and that's the end of it. And if that's the case, it's just going to be another shallow endeavor of blase, pew pew, and then okay, let's turn it off and we're done.
Hmm.
how do you
That's
really feel?
effectively how the Xenothreat operate.
Yeah. Well,
and it makes sense. I mean, what you're saying, because I mean, are there enough animals? Yes. Is there life? I think is the question. I mean, like, are there enough animals? No, but is there enough life? I think is the question, right?
Yeah, that's
Mm.
a good way to put it. Is what I want to have besides having just another MMO to play and something to play. I want to have some reason to care about this game. Does that make any sense?
Makes
I
I
perfect
want to
think it
have
sense.
a
I
makes
reason
complete
to
sense with
want to
I
be
thought
here.
I thought we were your reason to care.
Well, you're an entry. You're like an entry to care about things, but
wow.
why do I want to stay? Well, I mean, it's true. Most games. I mean, if
It's
you
true.
play any game nowadays, especially if it's any kind of social aspect to it, multiplayer, most of the time, the thing that keeps you coming back is the people you play with. It's
Yeah.
not the game.
True.
The game could be dog shit, but if it fosters this community, you're more likely to keep trying and keep playing. But if there's no community there to interact with, then it's just another single player thing that you just shove to the side. Okay, what's the next flashing light I need to click on? But if you start thinking about the game and the environment, this thing with this animals really got me thinking today about it. I thought at first it was kind of a dumb question, but then I started thinking about it a little bit deeper, and it started me going on these little tangents, which maybe I'm just spitballing too big here, but it just started making me think about what do you care about when you're playing these grandiose games like Star Citizen, and no matter what, it's going to be a just widespread grand game that we all really will love more than likely. I mean, we've put up with this much now already. Uh, Probably everybody on this call will see it through to at some end. I don't know if there will ever be an end. Maybe not. But I just want to have a reason to care and something that, you know, some of these moral choices, these social choices, I think is going to be the little linchpin that makes people want to invest the time and keep coming back.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but
And I think
maybe.
having some real life, like Anubis was saying, having wildlife that actually feels real will help to give people a reason to come back and just to make things feel more important. Like obviously we've got worlds that are dead, and they're too hot and you're not going to find lots of things living there. But like in Pyro, when with the new what you call it, when they fix up the planet there, uh, what's that word? What am I thinking of? Terraform.
Terraform?
Yeah, when they
Terraform.
terraform Pyro and fill it with animals. One of my favorite games for just walking around in the game, not even doing the other activities, was always Red Dead Redemption 2. And that was just because the wildlife was amazing. They
Yeah.
were living their lives, they were hunting each other, they were dying, they were eating, everything. They sleeping, mourning the death of their loved ones. You could see all of it just by walking around in that game, um, and it did just make everything else feel like more important because you knew that it was superimposed on this living, breathing world behind it. If you know what I'm saying.
Not entirely sure if Nyx one would even have animals because it was a dead world that simply just had plants introduced to it and had its oxygen and atmosphere adjusted till everything started working.
But life finds a
Finds
way.
a way.
Life
Sure,
finds a
life
way.
life does find a way, but does life
Right.
find a way in 3 months?
Well,
When
if
you
it's
have
like
a C2
Genesis,
full of
then
copians, you just open up and let out. Yeah.
I mean,
right.
yeah, if they just did that to facilitate, kickstarting life on Nyx one, just dump a bunch of animals onto it, sure.
What's a better
I could
thing to
see
throw on
that.
a planet than a bunch of copians? Like, it's totally a smart thing to do.
But I mean, they've
Maybe
already
something
established
that
that's how the quasi grazers got where they are, right?
Yeah, they were imported.
People just brought them over. That's
And
that's what
and, and,
the
and
Spanish
animals are
used to
part of a
do.
whole biome, so like they're gonna have to have some. If you have a planet with 0 animals, that planet will probably die. Its ecosystem needs
Hobo,
animals.
before we go further with this, I think this might be a good time to mention the giveaway.
Yes. Jar Jar was very,
I spring that on you.
very wanting us to do this last week, but we forgot. Can you do it? I'm gonna cough again.
Sure. Hold on, let me bring it up here again. Hobo. So we are having our first giveaway here on Open Comms Radio. The first ever Open Comms Radio mystery prize giveaway extravaganza is actually what Jar Jar has titled it. Not one, but 2 epic prizes. There's going to be, they are a mystery Steam game prize. So the prize will be delivered via Steam. To be eligible, all you need to do is subscribe or follow one of the Open Comms radio channels, whether that be on Twitch, YouTube. God, where else are we? Where else are we
Deezer.
playing? Deezer. I don't even know what that is. I'm a geezer, so I don't know about Deezer.
It's like French Spotify.
Of course it is. Of course it is. You know, we were gonna live stream at the Bar Citizen in DC, and we're all excited. We got all this gear, and Jar Jar shows up with his wife's fucking French Apple laptop, and that it did not make things easy. That's all I'm saying. The buttons didn't match. Things weren't right.
Is
But I
that what was
digress.
holding y'all up? Because I
No,
was very
no.
confused as to why that didn't work out exactly, except other than, I guess, the
No,
internet.
we had many dongles for the sound system. We did not have the one dongle we needed.
Of course, you never have the dongle you need.
Never have the dongle you need when you need the dongle. It's all about the dongles. But again, so Open Comms Radio Mystery Prize giveaway. Just follow us or subscribe on any of the channels where you can listen to Open Comms Radio. There we go. Sorry. Back to the regular show. I wanted to get that in
I think
before
you
we...
also need to click the enter button on the giveaway page, which is on our Discord. It's hashtag giveaway. Or
See, his
pound
instructions
sign if
to
you're
you don't
older.
mention that. So it's a good thing you were paying attention.
There's a button. It's got the emoji for celebration. You click it and you enter.
So go to our Discord, click on enter for the giveaway, and make sure you subscribe or follow the channel. Cool. We forgot to do this last time, so we wanted to get back at it.
There are 10 entries, and there's 13
Already.
days and 22 hours left.
Oh yeah, that's another good thing to mention, I suppose. Ends on March 18th, which I think is a Wednesday. I think we might have a special caller for that day as well, but
Oh, yeah.
not sure. Yeah, nothing to be said about that yet. That's a secret.
Oh, the two of us don't know
So
much
you know,
about it.
we've been doing all this talking about animals in the verse currently, and we have yet to address the giant carnivorous worm in the room.
The Valacar?
The loser Valacar doesn't exist.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean doesn't exist?
I mean, the ones in Pyro are just like, yeah, they're there, but you can summon them. They're not an animal. They're just like an animatronic thing, surely.
Oh.
But aren't
It's trapped in a sand pit forever, slowly dying of radiation.
We still haven't seen the big one
Jesus,
where
that's
you have
sad.
to have a ship to kill it, right?
Right. They've talked about tweaking, like they're working on that, and they're tweaking it so that it's going to be able to actually travel underground over larger distances.
That's was supposed to be the boss for Hathor. You were supposed
Really?
to crack it. Yeah, you were supposed to crack open the hole, and out comes the Valacar.
How would
So
that?
all that
I can see why
mining-
they canceled it, because after you killed the Valacar, his dead body's in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or would
Well, I
cover
think
the
you would
hole.
mine. You would get the resources from the dead worm instead of having to mine the hole.
I think it would be a bit of both. Like you'd have to mine under fire.
I got you.
Yeah,
That
I
reminds me,
think
what
that was their
happens?
plan.
What happens to the irradiated Valakar after you kill it? Like,
It
how long
kind
does
of
it stay
slowly-
there?
sinks
It
into the
slowly
ground.
sinks into the
Yeah.
ground and disappears. Typical
So
video game stuff.
Okay, but it sinks into the ground. It doesn't just bloop.
Right.
No. Ideally, it should probably decompose, but you probably need instancing for that.
Right.
I'm sure Chris
Or like
wanted you to watch
1,000
it
years.
just like slowly
Right.
degrade.
Chris is
like-
like, I don't want the players to be able to leave.
No,
They have
they
to
don't
stay
leave.
there.
You want to sit and watch it die. You did this.
They have
You
to
have to
watch
wait
the
for the
body
skin
decay.
to decay so you can go in there and get its
Yep.
heart.
It's like 30 in-game years, and then
You
you can
watch
finally
the
harvest what you need.
worms. The smaller worms eat the bigger worm, and it slowly eats it away in front of you. It's doing the hand gestures
those-
too. You can't see it.
For those of you who don't know, Chris's accent changes while he's traveling. So as he
He's a world
changes
traveler,
time
what can I
zones,
say?
the accent changes. Yeah.
Jet setter.
But what do we think about the large Valakar in game right now? I mean, does it work? Is it fun?
Eh.
Ooh.
Indeed. You kind of just shoot at it till it dies.
It was scary at first, and when they let it move, it's very scary. But they kind of reined in the moving.
Oh, yeah, I remember
noticed
that whenever it clipped into the building and just laid down in the building, killed everybody.
Yeah.
Something that big would definitely, I mean, a lot of buildings would not stand up under that.
Oh yeah, no, like in reality, it would just pretty much wreck the whole reality. It's a giant fucking space worm. If we apply any sort of logic to it, one body slam on the building and that building is gone.
Do you think that's why
Really
they
strong
changed it?
building.
No, they changed it because it was buggy as shit.
Yeah, it was just clipping through walls.
Right. So they wanted it to be able to move, but obviously if it's breaking the physics of the game, that's not going to work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they did like a weekend's work on it to get it to move, and we're like, oh, we're gonna need to spend a lot more time on this, and that's what the recent patch notes have shown is they're working to making it actually move, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they want to go underground, move, it said like large distances, and then come back up.
That is terrifying though. Once it could move, it was a lot more scary than when it just sits and kind of spits at you, which
Yeah.
because that spit is dangerous. Like that will fuck you up. But if you know exactly where it's going to be the whole time when it's spitting, and
It's boring.
it's boring.
You know,
And that's
it
why.
doesn't spit anymore, I found out.
It stopped spitting.
Really?
No, it evolved this new attack where it slams its face into the ground on top of you and kills you.
Well, yeah, but you got to be close to it for that.
Well, yeah, it moves.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know it moved. I thought it died. Turns out it just circumvented behind me and then slapped me in the back of the head.
Oh, the smaller worms or the bigger worm?
The big apex one.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't done it in
It
a while.
moved to the other side of the facility, clipped through the facility, and slammed its head into the ground we were shooting it at.
Oh, lately it hasn't
Was
been
that-
moving anymore.
Was that
This was
recent
a
or
while
was that
ago.
Oh, okay.
okay? Back when it was cool,
Well-
because now it just stays in one spot.
No.
At least they were able to introduce an all new independent, boss, creature that you have to fight that is totally not like the Valakar, the Urmandi.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's kind of
very
different.
I actually really enjoy fighting the Urmandi.
It's just
I
a Velakar that went down the lightning evolution path.
And has a
Lightning
twin.
and water.
It decided to be a mage.
It's like an
But that-
Eevee.
That one's fun though because it does move around.
In the
You know, to go,
pools.
or
I mean, it's got
Yeah.
2 spots to move around in.
3.
Or is
Hey,
it 3?
better
There's
than
3
nothing.
pools it can move in.
I think it's like 5, but since there's 2, it's always going to be like in one of the 2 pretty much.
right.
I don't think I've ever successfully killed one. Every time we go down there, we kill it, and then the door doesn't open, and then
We die.
its ghost kills us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's kind of crazy how they do this because there are games that do this beautifully. If you've ever played Pal World, I mean, like they make it a challenge. Like when you fight these things, and they do it, and it's fun. And I don't understand why they can't do it in this game.
Well, all we have access to is just FPS weapons. Maybe you throw a grenade at it. It's just aim and shoot.
Well, that's also Pal World. It has guns.
That's fair.
But you also have pals.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't have pals. We need some
I don't
pals.
have pals.
Goes and sends your pet Copion to fight the Gerbandi.
It'll be fine, right?
Well, that goes back to, wicked talk on morality. I mean, is it right to send your pet to fight? Shouldn't our pets have some free will?
He's got insurance.
LTI Copians.
LTI flat
Quick to the
cat.
pledge store near you.
Oh, are
I
there
mean,
going to be
we can reprint
pens?
humans
Yeah, they're going to
to
have like
varying
that
degrees of
pet
success.
place.
Yeah, we'll have pet printing.
We'll have Build a Morty.
Yeah.
First, there will be the copian or whatever animal on the pledge store. Then you have to have the pledge store, the special collar, the special leash, or the harness.
The skins.
Yeah,
You need the DNA blueprint so you
yeah.
can use it in your
You want to be able to
fabricator.
breed them with your friends. You want to have the right breeding chamber.
That's what I'm always saying.
Dude, there's going to be like a Chihuahua one. It's going to be like a little tiny teacup.
Okay, I would probably
Copion.
choose that one.
Teacup copian.
Yeah.
But he's highly venomous.
Just like a real chihuahua.
Yes.
Do we think CIG is going to monetize pets?
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Is it going to be just behind money?
No. There's
I could see them. They
nothing-
give us maybe five normal flat cats for the game, and then there's five exclusive ones that have weird skins and patterns and colors on them on the pledge store.
And
You
I
get a
would own
tuxie.
all of them.
The thing
Real
is that
touchy.
is the pet just going to be another version of bling, something that follows you around in the space station, so everybody says, "Oh, look at that dude! He's got the monocle kitten."
Yeah,
Well, why
I
else
want
would
him in
you
my
be playing an
backpack,
MMO?
poking his head out.
It is how
Well, it's
like
not for
every
that,
MMO
for
handles
me.
pets.
I never kept pets.
Oh, we need like
So-
little windows in our backpack so that he can stay in there and be airtight and safe,
bubble
but still
backpack?
look out. Yeah,
Yeah.
Death Stranding copian.
Hmm.
Dude, EVA suits for your Copian, so it can like
That'd be
board
cool.
ships with you.
How is it gonna bite anyone?
Well, it's got
Hmm.
mechanical jaws. I would
Give it a
assume.
gun. Got it.
Yeah, gun turrets for your pets.
Frickin' lasers.
Freaking lasers attached to their heads.
I have no problem with that, but you have to train them, and while you're training, it could kill you accidentally.
or
I
intentionally. If it
figure-
comes across a wild Copion, the wild Copion convinces it to revolt against you.
Totally logical.
And now you have a wild Copion that is armored, has a laser on its head, and can breathe in space.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I would assume they have like a Pokeball, so like once you capture it once, then it's whatever alters in its brain, and it just like obeys you.
I think Nintendo's lawyers might have something to say about that. They already did
Didn't
about
they
the
have something to
previous
say?
product you mentioned.
Pal World,
Yeah.
Nintendo, Pal World, when you lost.
Oh well. If we're not gonna ever get copyright struck for anything else, it's our time.
We're getting there. That's it. We finally made it. We're getting
Yep, we
sued
did
by
it, folks.
Nintendo.
We're getting cease and desist orders from Nintendo's lawyers. It's the highest praise.
Fair
Why
use
does
doesn't exist.
why does success hurt so much?
Well, once you reach 14 listeners, things
Yeah.
get a little
Start
out of
picking up.
hand.
We're at 4 right
Yeah,
now.
I think
Four.
that's when Star Citizen will be truly finished, is when you can actually hire lawyers in game to sue other orgs.
We have an internal legal system. There's going to be little courtrooms on every station.
Yeah.
Hear ye, official court of Everest Harbor.
So is it? Well, sorry, are we following the British judicial system?
With the wigs, with the white wigs.
Right,
Yes.
900 years in the future, and they're wearing those
Still,
wigs.
damn it.
Yes. But they're like colored wigs now,
Oh, okay.
It was in the
because
bylaws.
it's a new future. So you
Yeah, they're
got some like
progressive in the future.
you got like a purple one,
That's how you
mohawk.
show progressivism, right? Is hair
They're
color.
wearing a blue
That's how that
wig,
works.
you're in trouble.
The
You could
blue-
have them made out of metal and attached to their helmets so that they can see them through the spacesuit.
Oh, there you go.
That's how you come across a boss in space. They got the big helmet.
And
The
the
bigger
wig.
the helmet, the bigger the boss.
Those are just facts.
Well, folks, we are coming to the end of our show this evening. As we always do, we're going to end it by asking some questions in reverse order. So that means the last one to come up on the couch tonight, which was Wicket. Wicket, do you have anything you'd like to say to Chris Roberts, the people at CIG, or the folks on the internet, excluding Sandy Roberts?
Thank you
No.
for adding that.
Now he's got nothing to say. If you can't talk to Sandy,
Yeah,
that's it.
he won't talk then.
Nothing, Wicket?
No. Oh,
Wow.
space slavery, yes.
Okay.
What?
Space slaver. Okay, Pluto. Do you have anything you'd like to say to Chris Roberts, the folks at CIG, or the people on the internet?
I would love for the flat cats to come. Need some flat cats.
Oh my god, I want a flat cat so bad.
What are you going to do with these flat cats?
I don't
They're
know.
going to live in the apartment and be safe.
You're gonna get
Okay.
the skin packs. You got the orange tabby. You
Mhm.
got the Siamese. You
Mhm.
got the tuxie.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, like seriously, like I would totally get one. Like get a
Siamese,
tuxie.
get everything on the list. Like, there's so many breeds they can get. Just the domestic short hair, but I guess it's like intergalactic short hair now. Like, come on.
It'll
Freaking
be $5 each or $12 for the pack of 3.
My wallet would
Bengal,
come right out.
Tony the
Uh,
Tiger.
yeah. Lord Anubis, other than your special cat skin packs,
Cat
anything
pack.
you'd like to say to Chris Roberts, the people at CIG, or the folks on the internet?
Well, since you excluded the one thing I am finally excited about in this game for the first time in, well, probably about 3 weeks. Um, well, let's see what else I can
The
say.
cat skins?
I mean, come on.
I
Okay.
You wouldn't walk around with a
Sorry.
giant cat that's your cat, like in real life.
Yes, 1,000 times yes.
Like, come on.
Okay.
And then
All
my
right.
cat would like jump up. I'd show her the screen, and she'd be like, "Oh shit, it's us!" It's fucking awesome,
Representation.
right?
Representation matters.
Hmm.
Okay.
See, my cat wants to be kicking ass too in game, and like, hey, look, I kicked those Copion's ass. Like, there you go. It's the best idea ever. And if Sig doesn't do it, then they have failed as a company, and I will unsubscribe and ask for a refund.
Combat flat cats.
Combat flat cats.
Yep. So
Hobo,
that's my statement.
as a co-host, is there anything you'd like to say to Chris Roberts, CIG, or the people on the internet?
Let's see those Nyx planets.
Yeah.
Somebody found one.
I think a few people have accidentally jumped to them.
Really?
Yeah, they'll stop halfway in quantum, just like I don't think you can land on them, but that's physically there, visually there.
I've seen the
I think
renders.
yeah, I think somebody's found Nyx too, near about whereabouts its location is.
There's stuff
Ooh, some
about them
actual exploration.
in the this is exploration. It's just in like hard to do and ridiculous, but yeah.
You think that would be an awesome way to introduce a planet? Somebody actually has to stumble across it and find it, and
Yeah,
then it's actually marked
That would
in
be
the
great.
game, and
that'd be
then
awesome.
Yeah.
maybe forever have their name associated with that planet that they
That would
discovered
not
it.
be awesome.
You were
And
describing No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be called that by the name. It would be called something
no,
else. It'd
because
just
it
say
would
It's
end up
something
being
like
like Fart Lord 69. It's like
discovered by
awesome.
Wicked.
Right.
Great.
Part
something like
Part Lord
something
Dragon
like
Balls.
Elite Dangerous ish.
I'm not familiar
Anyway.
with that game.
Be kind of neat.
It would be
Yeah.
cool. All right. Well, that's coming to the end tonight. So as we usually do, and since you're feeling a little better, Hobo, would you like to play us out?
Not dramatically better, but do 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 do.
Da, 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 da.